So this is a communication from nothing to nothing. And in a way, it's, going to be interesting to people who are interested in nothing. It's a kind of a small audience, right? Nothing isn't the hottest topic, right? It's not the biggest seller on the market. Okay, in the marketplace, people are interested in something. Persons are going to be interested in something. That's what persons are. A person, a me, is an experience of being something. I'm something, I know I'm something, and that experience is interested. I'm interested in the world, which actually is the story of the world to me. So I'm interested in the story of the world, and that means that I'm interested in something. Something in that world that's what has what I want, Anyway, just the point is, me is interested in something. A person is interested in something. And that's why, there's all of this, everything on Netflix, everything on TV, everything in the news, everything everywhere, everything on the bus, everything at Starbucks, everything everybody's talking about is something, this or that. And what am I going to do about this? And what happened to that? So, that's that's what videos are about. But this video is not about that. This is about nothing. So the nothing fans will gather around this. The people who are interested, all the people who aren't people, who are interested in nothing, which is the actual content of existence, the actual what's here, what's going on. Not what it appears, but what actually is. What is? Okay, that's the way you say it. What is? So if there's an interest in what is, then this is interesting. Okay, then you're interested in nothing. So the nothing communication, becomes interesting. And it is interesting to, if you're to nothing. And if the nothing is the quality of things that is attractive, there's an attractor of nothing is attracted to nothing. So, in a way that is what this appearance is. It's a bunch of nothing being attracted to nothing, and coming and together and dancing in a certain way, in all kinds of different ways. Nothing dancing with nothing, nothing knowing nothing, nothing playing with nothing. But, again, that's not going to be interesting to me. And it's not going to be interesting to anybody who's interested in the story, in my story. It kind of kills. It's a buzzkill for that because it's got nothing for the story at all. It's just an elevator with no floor. It's the no bottom and no bottom line. I mean, it is the bottom line. It's the ultimate bottom line, which is the beginning and the end and everything else. So, but it's nothing. And if I'm interested in the story, I'm not going to be interested in nothing. Nothing is going to have nothing for me. Okay? So the person is interested very much in my story. And I go to the nothing, communication if it happens, I don't know, if I wander in the wrong room or just there's something about it that is interesting, pulls me in, then I'm going to be looking for the something in the nothing. And there's going to be, if I hang with it, there's going to be a lot of tension and a lot of, stress about it. Because I'm still looking for nothing. Looking for something. And I keep getting nothing. But at first, I'm hearing the nothing, but I'm interpreting it as something. I'm thinking that it's something, and I'm looking for the something in it that I'm interested in, that I'm trying to get. And then maybe that wears down, and my, whatever, either I leave or I get frustrated or, and then move along to something that might have the something, move back to the something world, or there's some kind of thing that happens, apparently, where I start to hone in more on the nothing. Now resonance sort of takes over. And, who can say how all that happens or why, there is no why to any of this. Of course, why is something that always has an explanation. Explanations are always stories. There's no explanation involved in this. And there's nothing here. There's no story here. It's a bunch of noise. Or sometimes I call it music. Because it's just, or you could call it dancing, you could call it just some kind of activity that doesn't have, it doesn't have a purpose beyond itself. It is the purpose. This is the purpose. Purpose is just a word. It's purposelessness, purposeless purpose, meaningless meaning. Well, that's what everything is, right? But nobody says that. Nobody in the something world, in something school, whatever, something shop, the something shop, the something market, will, generally say that this has no purpose, this has no meaning. This is nothing. Well, they won't say that because it's something. And, you can pay for something, you can sell something, you can make a business out of it, make life business out of it. So, but this is just, clear, no purpose, no meaning. Of course, because purpose is always purpose for someone, and a purpose, to something, to provide something, to give something, to produce something. There's nothing producing something else. That's two. It's duality. So things like meaning and purpose don't fly except unless you want to say this is the purpose, this is the meaning, just what it is. It doesn't have a name or a form, because it's just this. It's always just this. It's happening, and it's everywhere, right? And there's no one here. And if I'm heavy with my someone, my me, I'm just sort of carrying this on my back everywhere, and I carry it, trudge along, bring it into the non-duality room, because I want to be free of this pal, this me, you know, will lighten the load. I mean, it can seem like that can happen. It can appear to happen that way. Through, just because of the resonance? No. In the resonance, I don't know. The resonance somehow can resonate. So that me package is no longer supported because the condition of nothing, the condition of the non-duality resonance doesn't have the stuff to support the me, the story, that package, the constructed artifact of me that seems to be so real and seems to have so much, density to it, so much stuff to it, real stuff. I mean, it seems real. But that realness somehow in the resonance, all the cliches about light shining and dispelling the darkness, very dualistic picture there. But however you want to say it, I mean, it does seem to do something like that. I mean, something like that does seem to appear. And if there's like an intuition or just a willingness or a sense of, not being interested in the story so much, then that, that can resonate with the words. And then vice versa, If I leave the non-duality party and I go back out into the world, talking now as the me, assuming that, or whatever this thing is, the person, then, those experiences of life in these, whatever, I mean, the things that I would do that are about something and that are kind of honoring the idea of me, the feeding that tends to support this experience of me. So, and this is all just a story, and it isn't really true, because really, there's no person who's coming to the non-duality meeting. There's no person who could leave it and go somewhere else. I mean, that's all in story world. But anyway, I mean, what I just said does it can work that way. It makes sense to, if I'm sensitive to nothing, then I'm going to want to hang out in a nothing context, right? Which ultimately also is like just pointing out that there's no context. And just hang with no context. This is where we hang with no context, and I can become very natural and we're very comfortable, right? But it's not for me. It's not comfortable and it's not natural. It doesn't seem natural. It's very uncomfortable. It's very awkward. But it becomes more comfortable. That's what I'm trying to get at. And there can be the sense that this package of me starts to loosen up, starts to break up. And until it's just ain't there, it's just not. And then you have this noticing that it was not there, it never was there. That only this is here. This is here, what is here, and there's no package of me to it. There's no story of me. There's no feeling of me. Things aren't constructed in that form of me. Not here. Not where we are. Only back in that story.